Good morning, students. We'll start with second chapter of geography, that is globe, latitudes and longitudes. Okay. Now in last chapter you read that Earth is not a sphere. Its shape is called geoid shape. Why geoid shape? Because it is flattened at north and south pole. Okay. Now if we talk about global actually is a true model of Earth. This is a globe. Okay, it is a true form of Earth, miniature model of Earth. It is very small, but it has been actually made as such. The Earth is there. Okay. Now talking about globes are of various size and shapes, big, small. Some are so big they can't be carried everywhere. Some are so small pocket globes that they can be carried inside your pockets also. Some are like a balloon, they can be inflated and used, afterwards air can be taken out. Okay. Now like Earth, we know that Earth, it keeps on moving around itself and around sun also. Similarly, globe is not fixed. Okay, globe is not fixed. It can be spinned from, like this is a small globe. Okay, it can be spinned, it can be moved. Okay, because there is this spin. The globe is actually, this is a small globe pocket, this is pocket globe. Okay, and like Earth, okay, globe is also tilted. We know Earth is not straight. It is tilted at an angle on its own axis. Okay, similarly globe is also tilted. Tilted means teda. So it is also tilted on its axis. See, this is globe, but this is not straight. This is tilted. It is tilted on this side. Okay, so these pins that hold the globe, this is called axis of the globe. I'll show you in diagram also. This is actually the axis of the globe. Okay, now why this axis has been made? Because Earth is in same manner tilted on its own axis. Okay, so a needle in globe, a needle passes from north pole to south pole. Okay, and this globe can be moved around this needle from west to east. It can be moved like this from west to east. Okay, but there is one difference, that in reality there is no axis on the Earth. It is just an imaginary line. Okay, and this axis that we have made on the globe, that is there on the globe, this axis, it actually divides Earth into two parts, two equal halves. Okay, so we have made this just to show that Earth is in reality like this. It is not straight, it is tilted. Okay, Earth is, see, this is Earth, this is not straight, this is tilted on one side. Okay, so another imaginary line, one imaginary line is axis. Okay, it is imaginary, it does not exist. The line is not there in reality, but we have made this line on the globe so that we can study Earth. Okay, another imaginary line that runs along the globe, it divides Earth into two equal parts, is equator. Okay, I'll show you the diagram. This is equator. This is imaginary line. In reality equator is not there, but just to study Earth, because things on both the sides of equator, they are different from each other. So just to study, we have made these imaginary lines. So this is equator. It divides Earth into two equal hemispheres. Sphere is a circle and hemisphere is half of the circle. So this is northern hemisphere and this is southern hemisphere. So two equal halves are there. Okay, and this equator is imaginary circular line. Circular lines because it runs all around the globe. Okay, like in this example, this is equator, this is equator, it runs all around the globe. Okay, and actually this equator an imaginary it is an imaginary circular line and is important reference point to locate places on the earth. If you want to locate that where is your country or where is your state, where is your study on your city on earth, then we have to take help of this and some other imaginary lines. This imaginary line, that is equator, and some other imaginary lines. And what are those? All parallel circles from equator up to the poles are called parallels of latitudes. Latitudes are measured in degrees. Now, not only equator, we have made these imaginary lines on both the sides of equator, from equator till North Pole, from equator till South Pole. And these circular lines running from west to east, we call them latitudes. What do we call them? Latitudes. Okay, I'll show you here another picture of latitude. Okay, so this red line, it is equator. We call equator, we measure these latitudes in degrees because the equator divides the earth into two equal halves. So we call that equator is at 0 degree, and moving away from it, every latitude is 10 degree apart. 10 degree, 20 degree, 30 degree, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, and at North Pole the latitude is of 90 degree. Before we know how this is done, we'll read some facts about latitude. Now latitude, they are called parallels or parallels of latitude because they are parallel to each other, they don't meet each other. Okay, they run from in east-west direction. We can also they run in east to west direction, then measuring distance north to south. Why these latitudes are used? To measure distance from north to south pole. Okay, and they are parallel, they never meet each other. Parallel, you have already read parallel lines, those lines which never meet each other. Okay, so these are parallel. Then get shorter towards the poles with only equator the longest circle. The longest latitude is equator, and as we go towards the pole, either North Pole or South Pole, these latitudes start becoming shorter. The shortest one is at the North Pole and at the South Pole, and the longest one is equator. Okay, so these latitudes, now the equator represents 0 degree latitude. Okay, and distance from equator to any of the pole, maybe North Pole or South Pole, is one to either of the poles is 1/4 of a circle around the earth. Means that if we want to count the distance from equator towards any of the pole, then that distance is 1/4 of a circle around the earth. Means the circle around the earth, you can call it equator because it is the biggest one. Okay, so how we take out degrees? 1/4 of 360 degree, that is a 90 degree. Okay, so this is how we measure the 90 degree latitudes will be at the poles, and others as distance is taken out, so they will come out of the figures will come out. You need not do any calculation, you just think, need to remember that equator is 0 degree, and the then every latitudes keeps on increasing 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, like I had shown you in this picture. Okay, 10, 20, 30, 40 degree, and at the North Pole or at the South Pole, the latitudes will be of 90 degree. You need to remember this only, how this measurement has been taken, no need to go to that. that much deep. Okay, so all the parallels north of equator are called north latitudes. Means those circles, those parallels which are on the northern side of equator and go towards the north pole, we call them north latitude, and those parallels which go from equator towards south pole, we call them south latitude. And while writing, if we write about north latitudes, we write 20 degree N, 40 degree N. N means north. And for south latitudes, we write 20 degrees south. S means south latitudes. Okay, go through the chapter and you will understand. Read it. Okay, and here they have given one example, that a place called Chandrapur in Maharashtra, India, and Belo Horizonte in Brazil, South America, they are located at parallel of 20 degree latitude, both of them. But the difference is that Chandrapur is located at 20 degree north latitude and Belo Horizonte is located at 20 degree south latitude. Okay, so remember one thing, equator is the biggest latitude. As we go towards the parallels, towards the poles, sorry, either the north pole or the south pole, the size of latitude will keep on decreasing. Okay, then important parallels of latitude. Some of the latitudes are very important, all the latitudes are not important. Okay, some are important which you have to learn. Okay, why these are important? Because within these areas everything is different from other areas. Okay, so besides equator, north pole 90 degrees north, south pole 90 degree north, south, 4 other latitudes are very important. What are their names? Tropic of Cancer, that is 23.5 north, 23.5 degree north in northern hemisphere. Tropic of Capricorn 23.5 south in southern hemisphere. Arctic Circle 66.5 north and Antarctic Circle 66.5 south. Okay, I'll show you a better diagram here. These are the major latitudes. Okay, Tropic of Cancer, Tropic of Capricorn, both are 23 degree and a half. Okay, but Tropic of Cancer is in north and Tropic of Capricorn is in south. This diagram you have to make. Okay, this diagram you are going to make in your notebooks. So first you will draw a circle and you will draw the equator. The equator should run exactly through half of the circle. Okay, then you have to keep distance also. This you will notice clearly in your notebooks, that Tropic of Capricorn, Tropic of Cancer should be at equal distance from equator. 23.5 north, 23.5 south. Then other two important latitudes are Arctic Circle 66.5 north and Antarctic Circle 66.5 south. Again, they should be at same space, same margin from equator. Arctic and Antarctic Circle, Arctic 66.5 north, Antarctic 66.5 south. Okay, their latitudes are same, but just the thing is that one is in north and one is in south. These are important because the areas in between these latitudes are different from others. That is why we have made these important 4-5 latitudes. Okay, so along with these latitudes, we will read about heat zones of the earth. Heat zone does not mean that heat comes out from earth. It means that how much heat of the sun, heat and light of the sun travels to that part of earth. Okay, so the area in between Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn, this area is the hottest one. We call it as a torrid zone. Why it is hottest, I'll tell you afterwards. First, remember one thing: the area between Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn will be the hottest one. This is called torrid zone. Okay, and afterwards is a temperate zone. Now, temperate zone is divided into two parts: North Temperate Zone, South Temperate Zone. Tropic of Cancer is, it starts from Tropic of Cancer, goes till Tropic of Capricorn. It is only one zone because it is continuous, but temperate zone is not continuous. One part is in North Pole, one part is in Northern Hemisphere, second part is in Southern Hemisphere. So the area between Arctic Circle and Tropic of Cancer, that is called North Temperate Zone. Area between Antarctic Circle and Tropic of Capricorn is called South Temperate Zone. Here the heat is not that much as it is in torrid zone. Okay, then the third zone, heat zone, frigid zone. Okay, this is a South Frigid Zone in South Pole, between South Pole and Antarctic Circle. This is North Frigid Zone between North Pole and Arctic Circle. Okay, these frigid zones, these are the coolest ones. Here the heat of sun is not that much. Why is it so? We'll read further. Okay, so before we start with that, we'll see one experiment. Okay, now you just now put a cardboard straight, keeps cardboard straight, and throw torchlight upon it. If you do so, then you will see that torchlight falling on a straight surface. The cardboard is straight, it is, so here the light will be very bright and it covers a small area. Okay, but if you keep the cardboard slanting, tedda kar do, then what will happen? Light will cover more area. See, now the light covers more area. Okay, but the light is less bright. So what will happen? Here the heat of light will be more. Here the heat of light will be less. So similar thing happens when heat falls upon earth. Okay, see, this is torrid zone. So here torrid zone, this area is straight in front of sun. So here the sun strikes most directly. Okay, and the heat will be very intense, heat will be very more. But at temperate zones, heat, now here the earth is little slanting, so here in temperate zone heat will not be that much. And if you talk about frigid zone, there the heat will be lesser than temperate zone. Okay, see here also in this diagram, this is a torrid zone. Here the sun's rays are direct, but at other zones, temperate zone, the sun's rays are slanting. South temperate zone, north temperate zone, the sun's rays are slanting. And if you go towards frigid zone, then sun's rays are more slanting. Okay, so here at equator heat will be more, temperate zone heat will be less, and frigid zone heat will be very less. Okay, we'll study in your chapter also. Now in torrid zone, midday sun is exactly overhead at least once a year on all latitudes between Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. Means that at least once a year, साल में एक बार क्या होगा कि midday sun means 12 o'clock noon. Once a year what will happen that the sun will be exactly overhead, बिल्कुल सिर के ऊपर होगा sun, overhead on all latitudes between Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Zone, and this area receives more maximum heat of the sun. That is why it is called torrid zone. Okay, now if you talk about temperate zone, the midday sun never shines overhead on any latitude beyond Tropic of Cancer, Tropic of Capricorn. If you go above Tropic of Cancer or Tropic of Capricorn, you go beyond that area, द मिड डे सन विल नेवर बी ओवरहेड, सिर के ऊपर नहीं होगा, टेढ़ा होगा, स्लंटिंग होगा. ओके, सो द एंगल ऑफ सन्स रेज गोज ऑन डिक्रीजिंग टुवर्ड्स द पोल्स. ओके, angle of the sun rays will keep on decreasing, means the sun rays will become more and more slanting. Okay, so this zone between the Tropic of Capricorn and Antarctic Circle is called South Temperate Zone, and zone between Tropic of Cancer and Arctic is called North Temperate Zone. So we have two temperate zones where heat is very less as we compare it to torrid zone. You have to remember this much only, that in torrid zone heat is more because sun's rays are straight. In temperate zone the sun's rays are slanting and heat is very less. Okay, further, frigid zones, areas that lie between Arctic Circle, North Pole in northern hemisphere, and Antarctic Circle and South Pole in southern hemisphere are very cold. Here the sun does not rise much above horizon. Horizon क्या होता है? Like when you see towards, like if you see straight, somewhere we will imagine that Earth and sun, Earth and the space, sky, they meet each other. ऐसे लगता है वो merge हो रहे हैं एक दूसरे के साथ. That is called horizon. It is not reality. Horizon reality नहीं है. वो सिर्फ because Earth is so big and sky is bigger than that. बिकॉज इफ वी स्टैंड ऑन वन पॉइंट, हमें ऐसा लगेगा कि कहीं पे अर्थ और स्काई मीट कर रहे हैं, वो कह रहे उसे कहते हैं होराइजन. और अर्थ की, सन की रेज जो है वो इतनी ज्यादा स्लांटिंग होती हैं नियर द नॉर्थ पोल एंड नियर द साउथ पोल कि सन जो है वो होराइजन से ऊपर जाता है नहीं. सिर पे स्ट्रेट वे ऑन द हेड तो क्या आएगा, सन जब चढ़ेगा, जैसे 12 बजे हम कहते हैं कि सन स्ट्रेट हेड पे होता है. ओके, तो वो सन इतना ज्यादा, सन रेज इतनी स्लैंटिंग है कि सन हमेशा होराइजन पे ही अपीयर होगा. ओके, सन विल ओनली अपीयर ऑन होराइजन, सो इट्स रेज आर ऑलवेज स्लैंटिंग, हीट इज वेरी लेस, एंड दीज जोन्स आर कॉल्ड फ्रिजिड जोन्स. ओके, we'll read till here only. It is not that much difficult. The main things that I have told you have to learn that only. 3 heat zones: torrid zone, sun rays are straight; temperate zone, sun rays are slanting; frigid zones, temperature is very less and sun rays are more slanting. Okay, these are the heat zones. Read the chapter, then we will continue the chapter tomorrow.